Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified Doctor of Naturopathy, Dr. Stephen Cabral, shares with you exactly how you can reverse aging, take back your health, and live a life full of energy and passion, with new 20-minute episodes every single day to keep you healthy and engaged. Now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, we are back, brand new Cabral Concept. Today is episode 2882. If you want to follow along with the show notes and the big takeaways, you can head on over to stephencabral.com/2882. We're going to be talking about how to get rid of loose skin naturally. Now, as we age, each one of us will start to get more looser skin. The reason this happens is through a breakdown and not as much of a production of collagen, as well as something called elastin. So think of elastin almost like an elastic. So as you pull your skin a little bit, especially around the elbows as you get older, you may notice that the skin doesn't necessarily have the same bounce back that it once did. And as the skin begins to sag a little bit, maybe on the face, maybe on the arms, it can be a lack of collagen production or a breakdown in collagen. Now, there are other factors as well from inflammation called senescent cells, basically zombie cells. I've got lots of podcasts on those. We can certainly link up one of those here today. But what if you already have the sagging skin and it came from, let's also say, weight loss? So one of the ways that you can also get sagging skin, especially if you lose a lot of weight when you're older, is the skin never bounces back. So rapid weight loss as well as aging can both lead to sagging skin. So now how do we combat that? Well, there's one natural way that we know. Now, there are actually supplements and certain creams and things like that. I'll talk about some of those here today. But there's a natural thing that the human body knows how to do and can do if you want to take advantage of it. And that's a process of autophagy. Now, you may have heard about autophagy before in the Cabral Concept. We started talking about this in 2016, 2017. And of course, it's much more pronounced, much more popular now. But really what it is there's a period of time where your body is not getting in food or nutrients. And then during that time, it needs to then recycle, or a better term would be upcycle, weak, old, and dead cells. And some of those can actually be from the skin. So let me break this down a little bit more. One of the ways that people are able to lose weight without necessarily getting the same sagging skin is actually through water fasting or functional medicine detoxing or things like that. And that is because while they're losing the weight, they're also not getting the nutrition. Now, again, there are downsides to this. Don't get me wrong, and I understand that. The downsides can be a weakening of progesterone, a weakening of thyroid hormone, DHEA, maybe an increase in evening cortisol, an increase maybe in potentially androgens for women, and maybe even estrogen. So I know that there's some downsides. Don't get me wrong. But what I am saying is if the body's not getting nutrients, as it's losing weight, it can actually take that from the excess skin that is no longer needed. All right, so that's just one methodology. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. Now, if you already have the loose skin, one of the important things to remember is that anytime you get into a deeper level of autophagy, without the nutrients there needed by your body knows how to begin to start the healing process and upcycle a lot of those old cells. So you need to simply plan let's just say 24 hours, a great place to start, to 48 hour to 72 hour fast that would then be able to improve overall autophagy. Now, this is not a place to jump into right away. So in just a few minutes in the show, I want to share with you where to begin, because you don't want to start with just a multi-day fast. You want to actually work up to that safely. So the way to work up to that is actually just adding certain nutrients to your diet, because these things can actually promote autophagy, right? So even if you are eating, believe it or not, things like green tea, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, ginseng, coffee. I just did a podcast on coffee and autophagy, garlic and mushrooms. All of those can be helpful and actually promoting autophagy even while not fasting. And what I want to do right now is actually link up a couple of those shows because the coffee and autophagy one is really interesting. And it's not caffeine. It's actually the polyphenols from coffee, the actually antioxidants from coffee. So a lot of those brightly colored plant-based foods and coffee as well can be quite helpful. All right, here are other things that can help right away without having to do an extended fast. A good overall healthy diet, 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. Really important. Exercising more days than not. That means 4 to 5 days a week. Some cardio, some strength training. Maintaining a proper sleep schedule. 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. And 90 minutes of deep sleep, 70 to 90, and an hour and a half to 2 hours, at least I would say 2 hours of REM sleep for sure. Not smoking. Smoking will age your skin and lead to wrinkles that much faster. Reducing alcohol, because it can certainly do the same, creates a lot of oxidative damage in the body. Being careful not to get too much sun, which can damage the skin cells. Now, some sun is good. Too much sun, not good. And then also what I would say is this. If you're someone that's really worried about wrinkles on your face or sagging skin, this is not something that I adhere to, but you may want to start to transition to multaping and sleeping on your back. So what that does then is it naturally allows your skin to fall with gravity, but you're not sleeping on one cheek where it could start to draw and pull on that cheek. Now, for me, I'd like to sleep my side, so I sleep my side. I feel it's the most comfortable, best for breathing for me, etc. So that's what I do. All right, now a couple nutritional supplements that can be great for autophagy, and then I'm going to share with you how to use the deeper level of autophagy with intermittent fasting or fasting in general. Bergamot. Berberine is probably one of those that I would look into the most, and here's why. Berberine can help with cardiovascular conditions, can help with insulin and glucose-based issues, and working on those two alone, it also improves the mitochondria, can improve almost all of the major causes of disease and death, like legitimately. So berberine, anywhere from 500 milligrams to 1,500 milligrams a day. Usually you want to take 500 milligrams 1 to 3 times per day. That's essentially how to take it. We can't link up the berberine we use in our practice, but certainly you can find it by going to stevencabral.com/shop. That just takes you over to Equalife. You can just search berberine if you choose to, or get it from your favorite functional medicine practitioner or integrative health practitioner. Okay, resveratrol. It's another one. We use that in a product called Cell Boost. We use it along with NAD boosters like nicotinamide riboside. We use it with astragalus and other potent products. Now, that Cell Boost pairs really well with Inflammasoothe. Why would I say Inflammasoothe helps with loose skin and wrinkles and autophagy? Because Inflammasoothe contains ginger and turmeric and all of those nutrients that are needed to help balance inflammation and also improve autophagy. So really powerful. MCT oil, another great one. You can get that in coconut oil or coconut. Omega-3s, so a good non-oxidated or oxidative omega-3. We use the daily omega-3 support. Just 2 soft gels a day is what we use. Those are all really powerful. Now, many people in our practice also use advanced collagen support. And advanced collagen support, just 1 scoop a day in your shake or coffee or however you like to do it, can also give you back more collagen for healthy hair, skin, and nails. And that's clinically proven to do that as well, using specific patented ingredients, again, that have clinically backed. They're scientifically backed to do what they say. All right. So I gave you the herbs in foods. I gave you the lifestyle, and I just gave you the supplements. Now what I want to do is share with you the deepest level of autophagy, which is through fasting. So I have a podcast on this. I want to link everything up for you today. I can't link up any nutritional supplements. I can't link up anything like that per FTC and FDA requirements, but you can find the other big takeaways at stevencabral.com/2882, and that will also link up to previous podcasts. So there's a podcast I'm going to link up for you on the different types of intermittent fasting, which I'm going to talk about now, not in depth, but I'll talk about them. And then I'm going to talk about the 1-day reset diet, and then I'm going to talk about how to complete a functional medicine detox. So the daily intermittent fasting is 12 to 16 hours per day. The more hours before midnight, the better. The more hours before you go to bed, the better. Meaning skipping dinner is way healthier than skipping breakfast. I know that's not part of our society, so that's never a recommendation, but usually for most people, if you can stop eating by 6, 7 at the latest, getting to bed around 10, 11 at the latest, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be in good shape. And then we just do the 12 hours from there, right? 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., that's 12 hours. Great. Can you go 6 a.m. to 8 a.m.? Maybe. Just depends on the individual. So that is an easy way to get your 12 to 16 hours of intermittent fasting overnight. And then the next one is called, so we try to do that on a daily basis. And then the next one is the 1-day reset diet. This is actually where 1 day a week, I typically do Mondays, and I do 3 Mondays out of 4 a month. And because there's always something going on Monday where I don't want to fast for a full day, but I'll go from dinner Sunday night, then I will stop eating around 6, and then I'll go until about 5 to 6 o'clock that next night. I actually break it with a smoothie, and then I have my dinner like an hour and a half later. So I do my smoothie, I do my workout because I don't want to work out fasted. Many people can, totally fine. I just decide not to put that stress on my nervous system, and then I have my dinner an hour and a half later. So that's a 1-day reset diet. I have a whole podcast on that. I've got a PDF you can download, all sorts of easy things there. And then after that is a quarterly functional medicine detox. So once you get good at the 12 to 16 hours overnight, you try a 1-day reset diet. Next up, I can't recommend enough a functional medicine detox, which if you look at the Equal Life Detox, you can find that at stephencabral.com/detox. And I say that because you can actually see exactly what's in it and how to perform it. It's very simple because you stop eating, let's say Sunday night, and on Monday and Tuesday, it's 4 shakes a day. But there's almost no calories and nothing that's going to spike blood sugar. So it does that, and you do that all the way. You do another shake, so 4 shakes a day, Monday, 4 shakes a day, Tuesday, with the specific nutrients. Then on Wednesday, you shake in the morning, then you break it with a plant-based lunch. It's still not drawing you very far out of autophagy because it's plant-based. Plant-based foods, I've given much research, do not take you out of autophagy as much as meat, fish, eggs, dairy. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't eat meat, fish, or eggs or dairy, okay? What I'm saying is you need to do what's best for your body. So we do another shake in the afternoon, and then in the evening, so we basically have gone 3 days. In the evening, that's when you have your paleo-style meal. Fish, chicken, whatever you'd like, right? That's up to you. So we give you all of this. We lay it out all for you, but that is how you get into a much deeper state of autophagy, is to go 3 days. Now, can you do a 3-day water fast? Absolutely. You can do a 3-day water fast if you wanted to, but if you've never done that before, I really recommend a functional medicine detox because you've never, if you've never done that type of a fast, you really want to support your detox organs, which is your liver, your kidneys, and then whenever possible, you're going to do sauna or sweating to help pull through your skin too. But just doing a functional medicine detox, you don't need to do the sauna, the sweating, because you're really ramping up what's called phase 1, phase 2 detox of the liver. I don't want to get too deep into that right now, but all that's provided with that. So we do that every January. Obviously, it's a great time. People are, ready to get after it for the new year. You do whatever works best for you. But a lot of people have come into our practice saying that, yes, I want to work on my thyroid. Yes, I want to work on my energy. I want to work on my sleep. I want to work on all these things. But I also have this sagging skin. I have these wrinkles and I want to improve that. So today's show really helps you with all the natural-based methodologies that you can use to improve wrinkles, to improve skin tone, and to improve loose or sagging skin. So hopefully this was helpful. Again, all the pertinent links will be at stephencabral.com/2882. Feel free to share the show with anyone you believe it could serve. Take care, everybody. Did you know that the body really only becomes sick or imbalanced in only 2 ways? Over time, you become deficient in vital nutrients, and you also accumulate toxins internally and from the environment. As those nutrients diminish and you increase your total toxic load, your body then begins to show the first signs of dis-ease. It's actually quite predictable, and the good news is that if we know how you began to fill up that proverbial rain barrel, we also know how to empty it to begin the healing process. I was fortunate enough to learn this ancient healing process from my mentor after suffering from debilitating diseases for close to a decade. It was only when I began to implement these techniques did I finally overcome my illnesses and go on to live a life of energy and vitality that I now enjoy. I'd like to share with you now what I discovered after traveling all over the world and how to combine the best of ancient healing wisdom with state-of-the-art science. Allow me to teach you exactly how I've been able to help over 250,000 people to empty their rain barrel and begin to transform their body and lives into what they've always hoped they could be. To get your copy of the international bestseller, The Rain Barrel Effect, simply go to stephencabral.com/rainbarrel.